Hey guys, so I'm in my dorm again. If I can quickly turn my computer around so you can know that I don't just live against like a white wall. All the walls are white. But look, there's a bed, and some desks, some thingamajig, and yeah, it's actually really big. I really like it a lot. Let me just my screen here. Okay, yeah. But so I filmed a video already on a really cool robotics class I took, but I think I'll teach you about robotics next time I take a robotics class because I know nothing about robotics, so everything is new. Because today we went on a field trip to a local company that works with superconductors, and I learned like a lot about superconductors, and I thought it was really interesting, and I wanted to share it with you. So the first thing was that I always thought superconductors were like a really new kind of technology, but apparently they've been around for a while. They were invented in 1911 by some guy named Ones. He was a guy from the Netherlands, so they've existed for over a century. But here's the thing: was that what he discovered was a low temperature superconductor, which works at about almost like absolute zero. It functions at around, like I'm approximating. I'm looking at a paper that I wrote this on for the information. It functions at about 4 degrees Kelvin, which is only 4 Kelvin higher than, yeah, absolute zero, which is about, for those of you Americans, negative 452 Fahrenheit. Opposed to that, the things that are used now, the superconductors that people research with, not that the low temperature superconductors aren't used now, they're used in MRIs and stuff, but they require liquid helium to function, so it's not very practical. So people use high temperature superconductors, so the things people are looking to make commercial and like actually use for the purpose of superconducting, which function at about 77 Kelvin, which is about 321 Fahrenheit. That uses liquid nitrogen, which is a much more practical thing to obtain and work with, which makes a lot of sense. I'll explain what superconductors are. I don't think I did that. They're like things that don't typically act as conductors, that when you put them at like extremely low temperatures, they suddenly like there's zero resistivity, and there's electricity can pass through it better than it can pass through the best conductors that like exist, like copper, silver, and gold. They got nothing on superconductors, but only at those really low temperatures. Then suddenly they stop conducting anything and they become insulators again. The last thing I learned that I kind of want to share was that I learned that magnetic levitation trains, which are being used in like Japan and other places with really fancy schmancy trains, utilize superconductors. There's metal magnetic tracks, and then superconductors are put on the bottom of the trains, and the trains, superconductors react differently in magnetic fields than than other things, because typically a magnetic field will not affect something if it's behaving normally, but when it's with a superconductor, the superconductor repels the magnetic field, and which creates this sort of magnetic levitation, like there's just like a barrier that can't be passed, and it's hovers above it, and so they use that for those trains, and then there's zero friction, and the trains go on the hover above the magnets, and they travel really fast and very efficiently. And I didn't know that that was how that worked. But now I do. I thought it was just like regular magnets, but it's super cool superconductor magnets. So yep, that ends this video. Bye guys.